Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, and getting to like you, and getting to hope you like me. Happy summer, guys! It is Christy the HandDyedDiva back after a good 2 weeks away. This is becoming a routine. I had planned to do a video every week, but it seems like 2 weeks is a little more possible for me. Anyway, it has been a very, very warm week here. It has been record heat all week long. We had a couple days about 110 degrees. That's not normal for Oregon, so we've been just trying to chill out here. Low activity levels, just trying to keep cool. It's been a pretty good week for me, and the only way I can explain that is I've had some really good church this week. If any of you are familiar with ministries in general, there are, I think it's 6 now, very well-known pastors, teachers, preachers who get together every year right around this time, this week every year, and they do a conference called the Believers Convention, and it is just 6 days of all day long meetings. There's morning services, afternoon services, evening services. I've been getting in on as many of those as possible, but I've missed a few. So I'm going to go back and try to catch them once they're available online. But they are broadcast live on the internet every single year. We would love to go and be there in person, but it's in Texas, and I think we would be fainting in the heat trying to go to those meetings. And so we just have stayed home the last few years, just be in an air-conditioned room with a screen on, and I've had my stitching with me. I've abandoned cooking for this last week. I've just been enjoying the teachings. I've just been getting an infusion of happy, and I wore my happy shirt to show it. I'm wearing a happy shirt today because it's been a good week. So really encouraged, faith stirring. It's just been good stuff. So anyway, I've got some stuff to share with you today. And it's getting a little bit later in the evening than I had hoped, but some things just happen that way. I have a finish to share with you guys because I really pushed on this. My last video, if you recall, I said, oh, I'm about this close to finishing my owl. Well, that was a joke. I had no idea that the background part of this picture was going to take almost as long to stitch as okay, that's an exaggeration. But it took a long time to do the background. Almost a week to just do the background because it was a pain in the nuisance. So anyway, this is my finished picture. This is my emerald owl. And he's beautiful. He's not even showing up as vibrant in the picture as he is in real life. His colors are so bright and so pretty, and I loved his expression. He's very intense, and he's very, I don't know, he's just so pretty. Can I get up close on him so you can see how really, really pretty he is? Honestly, the background stitching was not a problem, although there is quite a bit of it. This stitching over here that was so annoying. And I'll explain why. Instead of, for those, 7 colors that are involved in that back, they're half stitches, half cross stitches. Instead of, for those 6 or 7 colors, coming up with new symbols, they use the same symbols as over here, but they shrunk the symbols down to about 1/4 size. They were so hard to see. I had my pattern up like this. Just, I could barely see the symbols. And so I had to be just having my nose in that so much. My eyes were so strained doing that. And I'm just thankful to have it done. He's beautiful. I really, really like him. but he was a challenge because I thought it would be a lot quicker than he ended up being. I don't know. I wish I could tell you the designer of him. Like I said, I only got the actual chart part and there was no information on it. So all I know is that it was called Emerald Owl by someone. But anyway, he's beautiful. And because, of course, I got a finish this week, I went ahead and I started a new one. And this is going to be a real quick one. I mean, I'm not even fearful of lying about that. This is going to be quick. This is the LHN, Little House Needlework, Singing the Blues. And I've only been working on this for a day and a half, and I have a third of it done already. So anyway, yeah, I'm using my own color variation on it. This is raw silver Belfast linen. You'll have to forgive my tissues. I'm using them for a little more, to add some more tautness to my Q-snap. And I use my own color for the thread. This is Threadworks Cloudy Skies, and it called for a Belle Soie color or a crescent, and I just decided to use my own. And I'm actually quite happy with it. It's kind of a blue-gray kind of combo, and I'm doing my own variations on the other two colors in it as well. Really pretty. I think he's going to be cute. This is my little Red Riding Hood minder, and my little tiny blue one, which I've been kind of collecting some of these little tiny ones. But yeah, this one's going up so quickly, I'm really enjoying that. As I've told you before, last week was my birthday on the 30th. I have just celebrated my 29th birthday for the 5th time. You can go figure that one out. Which actually makes me think of something. My brother keeps telling me every time he sees me wearing my hair up in my tight bun that I'm wearing. Not right now, but I've been wearing it several videos. He's like, that makes you look so much older. I'm like, well, I am probably a little bit older than people think. For the most part, people think I'm 8 or 9 years younger than I am. So, whatever. So anyway, for my birthday, I decided to buy myself a little treat. And of course it was Needleminders, right? Like, I needed more, right? But no, they're so fun. I can't help myself sometimes. And I had a coupon, so I decided to get myself a couple of these. This is from, let me see if I get this name right. This is, I'm sorry, I just covered it up. This is from SunSpotCreations on Etsy. I got these two, and they are a hoot. I love these kitty cats that are stacked up on top of each other, but this was the one I ordered it for. I was just thinking, working on a HAID, how great would that be to have like a little cheerleader squad on the side. Wow! Look at how amazing your project's coming along. Anyway, I just thought that one was too stinking cute, and I had to have that one. And then this was the other one that I just had to have. I got the 3. It's this kitty cat. It's got blue eyes. It looks so much like my last cat that I had. Well, I had 2. This looks so much like my cat Lawrence. I called him Lori. So cute. It looks like a ragdoll kitten. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to insert a picture here of my cat so you can see how similar they look. Anyway, I had to have that Needleminder. This one was the reason why I had to place the order. I was going to be good and not order anymore, and then I saw that and I just had to have that for sentimental reasons. So that was what I got myself for my birthday, and I was given a couple really neat things. My mom is my stitchy, crafty gifter, if you know what I mean. My brothers don't really go there. My brothers They usually go for either media items or, I don't know. Some of them resort to food, like they'll get me some gluten-free food of some kind or other. But my mom this year got me a couple stitchy things, and I'll go ahead and share that with you. First of all, she got me a bead buddy, which I've been wanting one of these for months, because like I said, I'm going to be stitching my Mill Hill kit called Moonstruck, and this is really a neat idea. This will keep my beads nice and handy. This is really cool. I was super excited about that. And she gave me an 11 by 11 Q-snap. I've been, you know, kind of collecting the 8s and the 6 by 6s, but this is really nice to have this size. Now I can do several different variations. I can do 11 by 8 or 11 by 6, you know, stuff like that. So that was really neat. This is really useful and handy. I've not used it yet though, since I'm now working on a small picture. And then she gave me this, which is not stitchy related, but once you see it, you'll know exactly why I had to have it. This is my favorite mechanical pencil. I love these pencils. And if you don't know what they are the Pentel Twist Erase 3, and this is a limited edition color in a teal. I love that. I have 2 purple ones, and I had a black one and lost the black one. This is super cool. I love this pencil. I could have a whole collection of those pencils, and I think they have more limited edition colors right now, like a pink and a lime. I would totally love to get a pink one as well, but I haven't been able to find one. So I'm kind of on the lookout now that I know about them. And then I was going to tell you one other thing. You will notice my background is a little bit different. I'm kind of trying to work out a new arrangement behind me so that I can kind of switch it up a bit. And I don't know, I did this because I found this little chalkboard at Walmart for a really good price. And anyway, I'm trying that. My video looks really dark right now. Why? It should be lighter than that. Oh, goodness. Anyway, my mom got me one of the IKEA Needleminder boards, the magnet boards, the white ones, the gorgeous white ones, which I don't have to show you right now. But because of that, I am having to find a new location for my board. And so I'm having to switch this up a little bit. But I'm so excited to have one of the IKEA Minder boards now. It's just a little bit too big to put here, and so I'm just switching it up a little bit. But yes, you will know that my Needleminders are now very happy. They've got a new pretty metal white trellised border thingy to rest on. Very happy about that. I've been wanting to get up to IKEA for months to get myself one and had not been able to. Apparently she had been able to contact one of my brothers and have him get it for me and bring it over. So that's really awesome. And then the last thing that I got from my mom is the remaining, what are they called? These are the remaining Dinky dies and the Karen water lilies for my Paris mandala. This is like amazing. This is an astonishing type addition to what I already had, because I have a number of them already. So if you don't know what the Paris mandala looks like, I will add it here. I have already collected the DMC and the, oh, what are they called? It's like a Gloriana lame braids, something or other like that, and then all of the beads for it. I have collected that. Well, this is going to put me to where I have most of everything. I think I only need a couple Gloriana silks now. This is awesome. I'm just going to show you what these are real quick. So there is one called Ice, and this is really It's a really soft blue with a hint of green coming through it. That's ice. There are 2 of the Celadon color, which is a little bit of a warm green. Cute. And it has a little bit of darker green going through it as well. This one is really pretty. This one's called Monsoon. It's like teals, turquoises, blues, grays kind of a combo. This one is called Cucumber, and this one is all shades of green. That's really cool. And then we've got the Dinky Dyes, and I'm just making sure I'm not showing you 2 of the same, because I think there are a couple that there are duplicates. So there's this one, which is a duplicate. And okay, only that one. This one is Cottesloe. It's a neutrally taupey color. This one is called Swan Valley, and this one's a really pretty green. And these are so soft, and they just feel so yummy. And these are the Dinky Dyes Silk. And this one is Nashi? And it's kind of a warmy, yellowy green. This one is Gidgee, and this is a very warm green. This one is Kakadu. Little bit cooler green and warmer green mix. This one is called Lost Gold. This one is almost an orangey yellow. This one is called Aussie Gold. And this one is kind of neat. It has a little bit of a tan with some warmer yellows in it, warmer goldy yellows in it. And then this one's my favorite one. This one is called Kuliba. And this one's a really cool turquoisey teal color. So all of those cool colors are going to go into my Paris mandala one of these days. That is really awesome. That is super awesome. So yeah, that. It's just awesome. I think my light is, it's annoying me, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, that's my birthday edition. We didn't really go out to dinner or anything. I'm a very conscientious, cautious person when it comes to eating, so I made my own meal at home. I ended up making a ginger pork with asparagus meal, which is the closest thing I have found to like going to an Asian restaurant. It's actually really, really yummy, good. And I made myself some triple chocolate brownies. I wanted an iced cake, but it's been too warm for a cake with icing on it. And we don't really have extra room in the refrigerator for a big old cake plate thing, so I settled for the brownies. And I'm going to see if I can correct this light again, because it's, yeah, thank you. But I did go out and run around town getting some birthday treats on my birthday. I went to Sephora and got a little Tarte lip gloss and blush set that they give away if you are a member of the Ulta Club. And then I went to, Sephora Club, and then I went to Ulta to get a little, like a 10 color eyeshadow palette, but they were all out of them, so they said to come back. I went to Starbucks, got myself a drink, a ready-made juice drink. I don't have them make me mixed drinks anymore because I can't ever tell what's in them. And then I ended up going to Dutch Brothers. Didn't think I would, but I ended up getting a Dutch mocha, which is, I asked them what the ingredients were, and they said that was probably the safest thing they sell. They said all it is they take chocolate milk and warm it, and then they add shots of espresso. I was like, okay, I think I'll give that one a try. But I said, I don't I don't fare well with a lot of caffeine, so could you make it like milder for me? And they said, okay, we'll give you a large size, which normally would have 4 shots. We'll just put 1 shot in there. And they made it for me, and it was one of the best drinks I've had. It was really good. It was like just like chocolate milk with just a hint of a coffee flavor. It was really good. It was good enough I was not complaining on a 90 some odd day, some odd degree day. It was that good. So I'm gonna go back and get some more of those, because I have not recognized in my body a reaction that is negative from that. So, and that's been a week. So yeah, going back for more. Okay, so I have now my recommendations of the week. And this is, I'll start with one and then I'll go on to another one. My first recommendation for you, any of you who enjoy listening to audiobooks, perhaps while you're stitching or while you're running errands or working out, anything like that. I love listening to books while I'm stitching. I can focus on it so much better than while I'm watching something. I'll watch things too, don't get me wrong. But I recommend you check out the website www.librivox.org. It is a website filled with a whole ton of free audiobooks you can download and listen to. They're all classics, they're all in the public domain type books, but it can be really cool. They have like the Anne of Green Gables stories, they have old classic novels, Grace Livingston Hill novels, all these kinds of things read by volunteer readers. I have even volunteered and read some of these things, but I am not telling you my name on there. I'm not telling you my name because I did not use my real name. But it's fun and it's cool because you don't have to pay anything for it. It is a completely free resource for you guys if you like listening to audiobooks. So feel free to check that one out. I recommend that. Now this second recommendation is one you're going to have to take my word on, because I know of no place you can actually see it, like watch episodes of it. Like it's not on Netflix, it's not on Amazon, it's not on Stars or Hulu. This is one you're just gonna have to take my word for. If you like stuff I like, if you like family friendly, if you like, I'll just show you. It's called the Sue Thomas FBI. Now I grew up watching this show. When I was in my teens, I was watching the show and I really liked it. Well, I still really like it. It is based on a true story of a woman who is deaf, who works with the FBI, and she helps them solve things because she can use ASL and she can read lips. It's a fun show. It's got some camaraderie between the characters, a little bit of romance in there, but it's got solving mysteries, it's got crime fighting, but it's family friendly. And so I really recommend this one. My mom and I both really like this one. She has been working on collecting the whole series of it over the last several years, and we finally just this last month finished it. So now we have officially all 5 seasons. And so you can be sure to know that we watched through that last season like a bullet. We just went right through it as soon as we got it. So anyway, that's a good recommendation. It's totally family friendly. Nothing to be like all embarrassed about or anything if you have kids in the room. I like that kind of stuff. So, okay, moving on to the gluten-free corner. I have one recommendation / suggestion thingy, and then I have another recipe. So this is one of the rare meals that I can eat that is something I don't have to cook. I can microwave it. I go for the Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls, and my favorite one is the Meat Lovers. I know they're not nitrite free. I prefer to avoid nitrites because of health reasons and everything, but this is one of those rare meals I will eat because it only takes 3 minutes to cook. It's really quick. I don't have to go in the kitchen and cut up everything and make sure I have meat on hand, and it's so quick. And I've never had a bad reaction from this one in the way of gluten. So I usually have some of these in the freezer. If nothing else, I will have 2 in the freezer just for backup, because they're tasty and they're good, and they're actually quite surprisingly filling. I'll just maybe have some fruit, maybe some celery. I put a little bit of peanut butter in my celery. Fruit on the side, maybe some salad. It actually makes a pretty substantial meal. And then I have a recipe for you, and this is, considering we are all, at least those of us in the United States, we are all experiencing a major hot flash right now. I have for you a really good meal for in the summertime. It is called Hawaiian chicken salad. I've made this just this last week because you can refrigerate it and then eat it while it's chilled, and it's tasty, and it tastes good cold and all that kind of stuff. So I'll go ahead and read the ingredients, and then I will put it all down below for you so you can print it out or whatever. So this calls for 5 cups of cubed cooked chicken. Those of you who want to go the easy route could go grab a rotisserie chicken and then cut up the chicken that way. I don't do that because some reason rotisserie chickens, they irritate me. They must add something to it they don't explain on the ingredients list. They make me sick. So I just cook up my own chicken. Sometimes I'll maybe add some broth to it to give it a little extra flavor. Just used 5 cups of cubed chicken. 1 can, 16 ounces of pineapple chunks, and you want to drain that. I use Tidbits. I think that works better. 1 8-ounce can of sliced water chestnuts. 1 cup of julienned green bell pepper. 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. 1 cup of green grapes sliced. 1 cup of red grapes sliced. 3/4 cup of salted cashews. You can omit those if you have a nut allergy. 1/2 cup of chopped celery and 1/2 cup of chopped green onion. You're gonna just put those all in a bowl, and then the dressing that you put on top is 1/3 cup of mayo, 1/3 cup of sour cream, 4 teaspoons of apple juice, and 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Mix that all together, put it in a bowl, put it in the fridge, let it chill at least a couple hours. It tastes good the next day. It tastes good 2-3 days down the road. I really enjoy this one when it's hot. I actually was going to make this for my birthday dinner, but decided to zhuzh it up just a little bit and make the ginger pork. But this one's really good too, so I do recommend that. So anyway, I hope those suggestions will be appreciated. I haven't really shared many desserts now, have I? I will try to remedy that next time or other. I was just going to take a couple of my last minutes, because I'm going to be wrapping this up, and just share a couple extra things with you, and I'm going to call this little segment Alright, so I told you guys I would be letting you know when I listed more things on my Etsy shop. And I have just posted a new little batch of things, and I'm just going to give you a little taste of what those are. So this is an example. I've got some really, really pretty ballerinas. And my lighting is horrible right now. I am sorry. It's like really dull, and I don't know why. But these are super sparkly, these ballerinas. I've got 4 different colors. There's this like seafoamy green, there's a pink, there's a cream, and there's a purple. I've got this adorable little puppy dog with a love letter in his mouth. I've got this cute little lollipop, mermaid tail. Come on, guys. Who of you loves Mirabilia's and Normal Corbett's mermaids? That's perfect. And then I got a Tinkerbell girl. I got more. This is just a little example, so you can check out my Etsy shop. I've linked below. And then I also have some new ones that are in a totally different variety. I have some like this. This is a wooden butterfly with roses in its wings. And I have this really pretty bird, a wooden one as well, a little pretty bird in a clear cage. And I have this sassy little bumblebee queen bee. And I've got this cute little fairy here. Very sweet. It's got a sweet smile on its face. And I've got this fairy here. And then I've got this pretty rose. And these are really pretty on needlework. I have a couple wooden ones that I use myself, and they're actually very, very nice on needlework. I have those. You can check those out. I have more than that. That's just a sampling. So go check out my Etsy shop. And then I was just going to show you these two scissor fobs. I've got this one here, which is really pretty, like a medium pink, bright medium pink. I've got this little flower. Okay, you're flipping around on me, aren't you? So I've got this little flower in the middle there with some pretty crackle bead. And I've got this pretty flower down here. And then I have this one here, which is so pretty. This one is turquoise beads. This is a turquoise and tan striped bead. And here is like a goldy colored bead and a pearlized one down here, and then a dragonfly charm on the bottom. Really pretty. So that's just a little sampling. I want to get this thing straightened out with my lighting, because again, it's just freaking out. I think I need to get some more lamps in here or something. So anyway, I think that's all that I distinctly wanted to share. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate the comments. By the way, I did get a couple of questions that I was thinking about answering over the last couple of videos, and I just didn't get around to it. And a couple of them, they're not exactly stitchy related, but I'll just go ahead and answer them. One of them is, someone asked me if I've ever sung in a choir, and the answer to that is no, I've never sung in a choir except for one time. I have sung in church though, but usually it's a solo. Not very often, only a handful of times, but it's never really been in a choir type setting. It's usually been just doing solo stuff. Someone asked me an unusual question I didn't know how to answer right off, but I'm gonna just answer it. Someone asked me if I have ever done my hair up in a side bun, and honestly, I'm not sure what that is. I usually style my hair wet because my hair is it's very, very slinky. It doesn't have much texture to it. It's just very slinky. So if I try to put my hair up when it's dry, it just falls. My hair doesn't hold curls very well. They just slip out. So with the length of my hair, which is down to my waist at this point, I would have to style my hair wet to get it up into a bun, and then to be on the side would probably be too heavy, because it's just heavy. So no, I've never done a side bun. I'm not even sure what that is exactly. I'm trying to kind of spice it up a little bit. I'm doing something really weird today. I've never ever done my hair like this before, ever. Just for you guys. I just wanted to spice it up. And then there was one person who did ask me a stitchy question, and I can answer it slightly. Someone mentioned my stitching, and they asked me how I do my stitching. And this is not a good example. And I don't think my work in progress is a good example either. But I will show you this. Someone asked me how I make my back so nice. This is the back of my project. This is the front, and this is the back of my project. It's a combination of railroad stitching, meaning I don't usually do one stitch at a time. That's why I said this may not be the best example, because this is a hand-dyed floss, so I am doing one stitch at a time to get the right effect. I usually stitch, how do I do that? From your direction, I will stitch here. I stitch all of my stitches one direction in a row, and then I will come back and stitch them all in the other row. I find my stitches look so much better, and they lay so much nicer and smoother. And I always, every time I go to lay down a stitch, I always make sure it lays down flat. I'm constantly correcting stitches. One of the reasons why I don't stitch as fast. I stitch from top to bottom. My mom prefers to stitch from bottom to top. It works for her. I find that she uses a little more thread than I do. I stitch I scrimp on my thread like you wouldn't believe. I do not waste thread. So she uses a little more thread the way she does hers, which is the opposite direction of mine. The way I do it, I use the least thread that I know is possible to use in stitching, and then I use the pin stitch to finish off. And there are probably some videos, if you look up, the one that I actually learned the pin stitch on was from Carolyn Mazzio, so if you want to go check out her video on pin stitching, that one's really helpful. I found that out. That has revolutionized my stitching. My backs look so much better. I don't have weird tails hanging out everywhere. You can see there aren't tails hanging out everywhere. It's just nice and clean. So yeah, check that out. I railroad, I use the pin stitch. It's been really, really great. I hope that helps. I could show a demonstration video at some point, but I think there are so many good ones out there already, it's not exactly necessary. So anyway, I hope that helps you. I hope you guys are having a good week. You're able to stay cool in this heat. This whole next week we're going to be in the upper 90s. Not looking forward to that. I am keeping ice water on hand. Ice water, my friend. So anyway, we have actually been invited just a week ago. Suddenly out of nowhere, we were invited to a baby shower for my brother and sister-in-law, whose baby is due in just over a week. They've waited to the very last minute to have a baby shower, and we're a little bit surprised by it because it's going to be almost 100 degrees that day, and we're not even sure she's going to make it to the baby shower, because the baby shower is on the 9th. It's now the 6th. It's on the 9th, and sorry. And there are signs already that she may have the baby earlier, so she may have missed out on a baby shower until after baby's born, maybe. But anyway, we're planning on going on Wednesday. I'm trying to finish getting my baby picture finished up and framed. I have been really procrastinating on that. I've been working on my owl, working on my bird, and I haven't even washed it yet. I've got to get it washed and ironed and pressed and framed and everything in the next couple days, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to stay cool in this 100-degree weather all this week. Not happy about that. But anyway, it's been a good week, and I am much, much happier this week than I was 2 weeks ago. Because God is good. Honestly, I'm going to go back to it. The church I've had this last week has been so good. I've been so blessed by it. So anyway, I hope you guys have had a good week, and hope you enjoy your summer this week. Get some good stitching in, and I will see you guys next time. So, until then, ciao for now. This is the air I breathe. Ooh. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence